So my 13-month-old RK25, this is the fuel shutoff solenoid. So this little valve, when it's out, it plunger, I guess you'd call it, it obstructs the fuel flow, shutting the tractor down. And then when you try to turn it on, the electromagnet in here grabs and pulls that plunger back, letting fuel flow again. That's what this thing does. Is this whole job, and it failed. So I've got one on order, but I did a little research, and you can't buy a true push-pull. Correct me if I'm wrong. Point me in that direction. I'd rather buy one, but like the old tractors, you'd have a fuel shutoff. You'd either pull it or you'd push it, and it would shut. It would do what this does. Okay, but I'm wondering if I can just take a gander inside here and see if there's any way that I could rig something, because you can reach in there, and if it was just a quick little push or pull, I wouldn't even need to run it through the dash. Who cares? So yeah, let's see what we can do. First, these little electrical connectors, if I can get this to the right oomph level, could I jiggle, wiggle these off? Yep. All right. Now, it looks like this is pretty solid construction, and then it's like they press everything in there, including the magnet, and then a machine like stamp folds the end over. So there's like a little lip there. And I'm just wondering if I could like pop that out. Of course, I don't want to hurt my last little table here. Some spray and a throwaway jacket. I swear it was in a pile. That means we're throwing it away. You know, it looks like a cute little sweater, huh? Hey, that's pretty nice. Whatever. I ain't gonna argue with them if they want to get rid of it. So the idea is, could I maybe like hammer that back? Totally a hammer. If I could get in there and like peel it out. Hold down here, put that there. See if that even does anything. Actually, yeah, it's knocking that lip out just ever so slightly. I wonder if I could just grab it, if there's enough there to grab with the vice grip. Yeah, kinda. And just pull it out. Maybe. I really want to see inside this thing, just out of curiosity, but then, you know, maybe I could do something with it. Oh, there we go. Got a big old bite there. Oh, it felt like it came up more. Tried to. Yes. Yes. So inside there, you've got your plunger, and it's got a seal. It's got everything I need to make a manual version of this solenoid, a non-electrical version. So so that spring, I could just put some kind of a plate on the back, or even pull all this out, all this magnet junk out, and seal that right back down. But then I'd have to have a way to pull it out. See that, babe? So this plunger here is spring loaded so that it's in the shut off position. The electromagnet, when it's fired, pulls it up to retract that pin. If I could just figure out a mechanism to manually pull that back against the spring and lock it in place while you're running the tractor, and then release it when you want to shut it off. That's all I need. I just need some simple solution like that. She says, good luck. I'm not much of a manufacturer type. I mean, I did some fabrication airframe stuff. That's not this. But yeah. Find a way to use the housing, the spring. Basically, what I could do is drill into this, tap it, thread a bolt in or something to extend it, and then I'd be able to go through it that way. Well, if it was a bolt, then I'd have all sorts of options on the end to pull it and secure it back somehow. Kind of neat. Just walking all over because I don't have a starter punch. Not terrible. All right. Maybe. And as best we can. Now, this is the wrong size for a little bolt I have. I'm just experimenting, y'all. We're playing. We'll see what we can come up with. I don't have a... I think these are standard, and I don't have standard. This is close metric as I can get. So I might be able to just jam her in there. and have it grip. If it bites, it bites. This piece was soft enough steel that just my little bit here was doing all right. It was slow. If this actually works, just doing this, I might, instead of jamming this in, I might actually go get some hardware. This might, if I get a smooth shank part to go through there, I could get a seal that might work. Maybe. I think I just hit bottom. All right, ready to drill this back piece through. And I don't know, this should drill easier. It's got a circle on the inside of there for me to aim for. Let's see. Maybe start with the smallest size here first. What do you think? Pilot it. And I wanted to use probably this size. Again, there'll be a seal. There's going to have to be a seal. Goodness gracious. Full torque. And he's just grabbing. Says no. Run backwards for a smidge. Boom. All right. And that's a little more than I'd like, but again, we'll have a seal. And that appears to have knocked this loose, which is fine. Probably can't see inside there, but there's nothing in there. You can see the seal on here to keep the oil in here and further down, but Does that piece come out? If not, I might not need another oil seal. Yeah, that pushes right along there pretty nicely. That's a pretty decent tight seal right there. So I'm not sure. Well, now I need to go through that too, wouldn't I? All right, reassemble all that and then just kind of see where everything was. Yeah, that was what was all the way in there. But I was starting to drill on the top of that. But I guess I can't have that. I need into here. Oh, that would give me an extra seal. If I put some RTV sealant around where I'm threading in, that might help a lot. So let's see if we can get this out of here, and I'll finish drilling through it, actually. Or use this to hold it. Yeah, just leave that holding it in place for me to drill through that. Yeah, it's on the spring. Wait, it would help if I had the pin in there. Oh, but if I drill through, I'll wreck my new threads. So yeah, probably not a good idea to do that. Let's not do that. Let's just push it out if I can. There we go. But yeah, see, it's got a nice rubber seal there too. All right. So let's just try not to break that. And finish drilling it. That might be hard. Whew. It's a good coil I got going here, though. Through. Yeah, I had a good coil going. That's funny. Deburr that a little bit. There we go. Do the same thing on the other side. There we go. And then do my holes line up well enough to thread this in? Well, by golly, I think they do. Okay, so now I guess the question is, like, now what? So if I had, what I'm thinking is just like that. There's enough there. If I put a little washer, I could pull that back. See that? So just a little washer right here. I could slip my fingers in there, pull that back to allow fuel to flow. And then I just need to have something in there to hold it back while I'm using the tractor, and then pull that out or somehow to let it disrupt the fuel flow again. That's it. And then the last thing is sealing it. With the tractor off, I'm not super worried about sealing it. A drip or two might come out. It's not going to be a big deal. With it running, that plunger piece would be back. If I pull it all the way back good and tight, it would be back and able to make a seal if I have a little rubber washer there, which I have one. I think that might work. So again, we're still onto something here. I need a washer and a seal, and then something to keep it from, something to hold it back. Just looking for things now, I think. Okay, so here's what I did at the vise. I used the vise to squeeze it back in enough that I could then tap all the way around on the vise, rolling it as I go. I can't believe it. We got it back in there, y'all. That's neat. All right, so that's in, and I don't think it's coming out without peeling it back again, like we had when we first started. So that's fantastic. Don't have to do anything goofy. We could even paint that up, make it look like it was some kind of factory part. Oh, right on a rock. Oh, that was embedded. All right, we're gonna give her a little oil here. Or are you supposed to pronounce it Earl? Give her a little Earl. Probably should have just done the oil change, but oh well. All right, so get a little bit of oil there so we're safe. Where can I put this? That's fine. All right. All right, experiment ready.
Ladies are up at the neighbor's.
Prototype. Oh, yeah, the chickens, they go where they want. They're technically right on the property. Nope, they just crossed over. Once they're up in those wildflowers, that's theirs. Okay, key. Whoa, that's bent. That's better. They're just so easy to bend. All right. Fingers crossed. It should start, and then it should not shut down unless I back that nut off a little bit. Oh, help if I had the brake set. All right. Okay. So problem number one solved. We're starting properly. Now to shut down, I got this to hold it back while I loosen with the other hand because it's so tight. Maybe right from here, perhaps, camera lady. So I'm going to reach in, and I'm going to grab right here, pull it out, and then, man, it's so tight. Can I even feel that thing? There's a nut right there, if I can get on it. Yep, I'm on it. Okay, and it's turning real easy. And I popped it all the way out. Whoops. Wah was right. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to come all the way out. Anyway, that's the idea. And you can see I didn't have to take the that whole solenoid thing out. But I think my threads were barely hanging on, and they just came all the way out. All right. It's the next day. I was supposed to get my new solenoid in today. No. So I'm actually really glad that I'm doing this little project, this little experimental project, because I kind of need it. My sister ran to the hardware store. I re-tapped this out to a M5 and put it back together again, and still looks really nice there. So here's the idea. I've got a bolt, a wing nut, and a flat washer. So I'm going to screw this bolt in so that it's nice and snug. I'm not even going to like tighten it, because we're still kind of experimental right now. But I'm going to tighten it down. And then your wing nut, right now this is in shut off mode. To put it in run mode, and the wing nut makes it so easy to turn without having to have a tool or a special tool or anything. And while I'm doing this, it's pulling that tab right back. So now it's in run mode. Once you want to shut it down, you just let the spring, I should say, you release that spring to push it back forward to do its job to shut the engine down. So yeah, I think that's going to work. So let me go ahead and put it in run mode. See how this works. Let me get you a little closer. Oh, it's a pain in the neck getting this thing back in there. You're not even going to be able to hardly see with that. Yeah, it's right in the way. Let me. There we go. Now you can kind of see what I'm doing. But still got my seals, I think, all in the right places. So that's snug enough. I don't think that'll rattle loose. We'll find out. The hardest part, actually, here's a suggestion for you. These hex heads to mount the solenoid, if I had thought of it early enough, I still might do it later. Replace these stupid things with an Allen top. I think an Allen would actually work a lot better in that tight space. What's up, babe? All right. Love you. You gotta sneak a smooch, you know? Ooh, a little chapstick. That's good. All right. So now, I think it's like this. Where are you? There you are. Whoop. Of course, there's no wiring harness attached to it to kind of help hold it in place. So that's different. Can I get it back? And of course, my arm, I've been in here so many times playing with this thing. My arm on the forearm there's bruised from me just pushing against this loader frame. Oh, you're lined up. Go in there. Oh, did I have this backwards again? Is it this? Yeah, it's this way, I think. I just wish there was room for two hands in here, you know, because sometimes you gotta hold the socket from rotating if it's not tight enough. The ratcheting mechanism in the socket won't work. There we go. All right, that one's tight. And then the first one, tighten that one down. Definitely easier to reinstall without all that extra stuff going on in there. All right, it's hooked up, and recall we have it in the tightened down mode, so it's pulled that plunger back, so it's in run mode. And then I'm just going to let it run for a couple seconds just to show you that it started, and then come over here and loosen it to allow the spring to push that plunger back in. Here goes. Let the glow plugs do their thing. It's a warm day, but I always give the glow plugs the time they want. All right, starts right up. Let's see if we can shut her down by just loosening. Oh, it's so easy. Ah, yes! And I did have to hold I was able to hold the nut from turning while I turned, or the bolt, while I turned the wing nut. This is our solution, at least until the new solenoid comes in, and I don't know if I'm going to want to install it, because I have here a working manual stop solution. Let me get you in there closer so you can see what it looks like installed in there. There it is. And I was able to put my hand in here and hold this and loosen or tighten that. And I only really need to hold it when you're loosening, because when you're tightening, it's fine. So now what I can do is open it back up if I want. I'm going to leave it closed. But when I'm ready to start, I can just open that back up by tightening it, and we'll be ready to start again. Yes! Success! Oh, that's fun. All right. See y'all later.